anyone approaching or settling into retirement, you've likely heard the term RMD. But do you know what it means? What it even stands for? Here to answer that and other important retirement questions is our good friend, Ohio's retirement coach Greg Taylor, of course, the president of Legacy Retirement Group, as well as the host of Winning Retirement Radio. Happy Monday, Greg.
Happy Monday. And did you know my grandmother's name was Annie Taylor?
She was the one to go over or no?
No, but...
Just, ironic, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I have known, because I've talked to you for a couple of years now, what RMD stands for. But I would probably garner that some people that are out there not in the retirement world don't really know what it is. So explain it to us. Tell us what it is.
Okay. RMD stands for Required Minimum Distribution. Now, required means it's a government regulation. And that's on IRAs, 401ks if you're retired, and any qualified or tax qualified account, such as a 403B for teachers or deferred compensation, things like that. And at age 70 and a half, not 70, not 71, but at age 70 and a half, you have to take, by the end of the year, a required minimum distribution. Now, if you miss it that year, you can take it the following year up till April, and then you have to take two the following year, which there are some strategies for that. But here's the kicker. If you don't do it and the government finds out, it's a 50% penalty.
So take that money.
Take your money and have fun.
All right, Greg, that's going to lead us into our first question. Gail wants to know, how do you take RMDs if you have multiple accounts? Say you've got an IRA, a 403B, a 401k.
So you can either take them, now if you have separate 401ks, you have to take them from each individual 401k account. However, with IRAs, individual retirement accounts, you can take, say if you have $500,000 of IRAs, but they're in multiple IRAs, you can take them all from one, or you can take them separately depending on what your strategy might happen to be.
Okay.
Just make sure that you take out the proper amount.
Okay, Greg, question 2 today. Mike wants to know, how much monthly income would $500,000 generate? Now, is this really a simple equation to come up with that answer?
No.
Because I feel like, most people would say, well, how many months and divide it out, right? But
well, a lot of it has to do with your age and whether or not you're married.
Okay.
Because there's a better than 50% chance if you're married and you're over 65 that one of you is going to live past age 90. So there's so with that being the case, we don't know how long we're going to live, but there are some strategies out there today that allow us to get income guarantees based on our age and whether or not it's a single life or a joint life payout. And so that really tells the story. But I would say typically figure between 4 and 5% is what you can safely take out. Okay,
Greg. This one is talking about Medicare. Vision, hearing, prescriptions, are those covered?
Not really. With vision, government will cover cataract surgery. With dental, they really don't cover anything. With prescriptions, they have Part D, which covers a little bit, but then you have what's called the donut hole, which is, a big chunk that they don't cover at all. So for the most part, when it comes to those three, you're kind of on your own once you hit Medicare.
Okay, all about planning leads us to the question 4. How much of my nest egg should I have at risk when it comes time to retire?
Well, there's a simple rule called the rule of 100. So if you took 100, subtracted your age, that's about the maximum percentage that a lot of people would like for you to have in stocks. Okay, so if you're 60, they don't want you to have more than 40% in stocks. Now, that rule should be tweaked based on how much you save versus how much you need for income, and a lot of other factors. But that's a simple rule. Take 100, subtract your age. That's probably the most, at least, place to start where you should have risk.
Okay, Greg, also, we always want people out there, all these questions coming from viewers, you want to answer specific things for people, right? You're up here giving us advice. So if you have a specific question for Greg, just email questions at ohiosretirementcoach.com. He'd be happy to answer them.
Yes, I would.
Perhaps next Monday morning. So that's all you got to do is send an email. Greg, thanks as always.
You're welcome.
Well, coming up next, most people don't think 2 or 3% sounds like all that much, right? Well, when it comes to fees, that could mean thousands of dollars. Greg and Kristen are up next to help us all out.